Hello, everyone. This is Chris Ike. Today, uh, we'll be talking about the falling Naira vis-a-vis the dollars and other foreign currency. We had everything that the CBN governor and the coordinating minister for economy told the legislatures and how they are playing trial and error to fix the economy at the expense of Nigerians. I know sometimes trial and error is okay, but not in this situation. If we don't try by all means to fix the preconditions for the theory they are trying to put up, they'll keep on using trial and error on us, hoping that one is going to click. How long are we going to do that trial and error? For 8 years, we did it to Buhari. Where did it land us? Or are they doing social media propaganda as usual? The minister and the CBN governor, they know what they are trying to do is not workable. But what I don't really understand is that why can they ask themselves, are there conditions that's supposed to pre-exist before some of the policies can be implemented? Because we all know for every theory, there are preconditions. Economics is no different. If those preconditions do not exist, there is no way it's going to work. And we all know very well that Nigeria is a very unique system where the preconditions as established by the Westerners does not exist in Nigeria. So our book theory will tell us when demand is higher than supplies, the price goes up. Yes, if the precondition exists. Or when supply is higher than demand, the price go down. If the preconditions exist. In the issue of the dollars, it's a very unique preconditions. Yes, it's still work around the demand and supplies if we have some of the preconditions. And there are some implicit conditions that are not mentioned in textbooks. Look at the case of Nigeria. We'll pick a couple of them. When some of those theories are put up, they assume that the government is a functional government. They make comments like ceteris paribus, where all things being equal. In our own case, is our government a functional system? Another condition they put up is the security situation. They will have assumed that the government is in control of the security problem in the economy. We know that our government had lost control over the security situation in Nigeria. That we have kidnappers everywhere, we have the herdsmen everywhere, we have people being killed every day. To us now, killing is like a way of life. It's nothing new. They kidnap your guy, oh, you just kidnap him, pay the ransom. And the police have no clue on how to go about it. Because for so long, the police funds are being diverted for personal use. The security vaults are being diverted for personal use. Now we are all paying the price. Another preconditions that we are not taking into consideration is our legal framework. Our judiciary system, is it a functional judiciary system? Is it an objective judiciary system? In Nigerian case, this is not the case. This is not true. Our judiciary system is pay as you go. He who brings the greater amount of money wins the case. So how can investors invest in a system like that? A system where the security system does not work, a system where if somebody defrauds you, you report to the security network, you report to the security agency, the police. They ask you to pay a certain amount of money before they will even open your file. And in some cases, police will tell you, we cannot help you. You go and solve your problem. In some other cases, police will tell you, we'll go after the criminal. And if the criminal settles the police, they will come back to tell you, we can't help you to solve your problem. And if you're fortunate and your case go to court, oh, I hope you get a judgment in 10 years. Because the judiciary will claim they are not being paid. And some of them that are not being paid will tell you your case will stay there whenever I feel like solving your case until you go back behind to bribe them. Don't forget that you are the one that was defrauded. But now you've settled the police, you've settled the judiciary. How much are you suing for? Now, another precondition is the trust issue. Does the citizens trust the management of the economy? We know in Nigeria cases, if we rate it, it's 20%. No Nigerian citizen will tell you that they trust the police to handle crime. So when we don't trust the legislature, we don't trust the police, we don't trust the judiciary system, how do you think foreign investors will want to bring their dollar into Nigeria system? And this is part of the reason why you see people get Naira, they immediately convert the Naira to dollar and hold on to it. You see how the pressure on the dollar is going up. Because we don't trust what tomorrow holds. So I'm trying to put these things together in a layman form. Nobody trusts the management of our economy. And why do we say we don't trust them? We've checked all the naira, all the dollar they borrow, claiming they want to fix the economy. Most of the time, those money are being diverted into personal use. They are not being channeled into productive use or into the specified sector they promised to put the money into. We had what happened to the issue of the humanitarian ministry, where in some cases they try to convert the money meant for COVID palliative into other purpose. In some countries in the world, that COVID period created a lot of jobs for a lot of people, especially those in the health sector. But Nigerians' own system, they kept the money on the side to be spent for other purpose. That's one of it. Now, we've been talking about the criminal system. Nigerians generally believe that the system is corrupt. We cannot talk about trusting the Naira when our system is that corrupt. If they will get a project and the amount that is being invested in that project will completely be out of reach. We all know this. So how will the citizen trust the naira? Everybody will want to hold on to dollar. Everybody will want to hold on to dollar. Another condition again is the small scale businesses. Are the government looking into it? You see where the demand and supply theories does not work. Every country, their major contributing sector to the economy is the small scale industries. Forget the likes of Walmart we have in the US. They are big. GM is big, but they are not the major contributor to the economy. The small scale industries are the major contributors to the economy. Yeah, they don't employ so much at a time. But if you count the number of small scale industry and the numbers that they employ, multiply them together, you'll be shocked to see that this is the major employing sector in the economy. Each small scale industry employs minimum of 3 people to work in it. How many do we have in each state? How many do we have in each senatorial zone? Some states we have more than a million small scale industry. Let's assume a million. A million times 3 employees is about 3 million already. Do any of those big companies employ 3 million people to work? Not even Dangote. We know that. Nigeria, a lot of the money that we borrow should be channeled into that small scale area. Objectively, we should create a workable credit facility for them. Like I said in some of my videos, it should not be controlled from Abuja. There should be agencies set up in senatorial zones so they can help the small scale guys to get up. We're talking about trying to strengthen the naira when we are not doing anything productively to strengthen it. We try by all means to tribalize our policies. Yeah, nobody wants to talk about it. But we all know that most of our policies are tribalistic in nature. Why are we not investing in the small and medium scale industries? The company have no business trying to employ everybody. The company have business trying to make sure that the small scale industry survives. During the COVID era, you cannot imagine how much the US government invested in small scale industry, how much was set aside for them, just to make sure that the COVID problem doesn't consume them. Another issue that affecting our dollar or naira is the rechanneling of allocated dollars that are meant for raw materials into the black market. Have we asked ourselves, how does the black market get the dollars that it gets? Who brings in the dollars to them? It's still the banks. The banks allocate the funds to individuals who draws the money out and put it in the black market. Because it's easier for me to collect money from the banks with a difference of 300 naira from the black market and sell the money directly to the black market and immediately pay banks their money. It's an easy policy. Now somebody will ask, oh, but they have documents you have to submit. Well, forget that. We can always cook the documents. Nigerians do that. And even the regulatory agency know that. But because when they collect their own share, nobody gives a damn at the economy. No one gives a damn at the economy. But the poor man ends up suffering for it. Talking about the regulatory agencies, what is the work of the central bank? If central bank cannot control the commercial banks, what is the work of the central bank? We hear the governor, the CBN governor, shouting that, oh, they will hit the stick. That's social media propaganda. You don't have to tell us that. Go and hit the stick. You know where to hit the stick. If the central bank does not know how to regulate or monitor the commercial bank, then we have no need setting up the central bank. Central bank should be able to control the do and don'ts of the commercial banks. That is the reason when they tell us, oh, commercial banks are hoarding the dollars. So the central bank have to tell us that. They know what to do. If the commercial banks are trading on the dollar, it is because nobody is monitoring them. Every one of us, to be candid, are created with some criminality in us. But the stick prevent us from committing the crime. So if the CBN does not know how to control some of these things, it's a free for all. Catch me if you can. So CBN should stop complaining. They know what to do, but they choose not to do it. And talking about the black market, are those markets really black? Market that operate openly in front of the central bank, in front of the government offices, and an open street, is that really black market? That market is the market that controls our dollar. Why do we have to allow that open market to exist? We have the borrow the change if we need additional. Selling dollar on the street or selling naira on the street should be illegal. The illiterate ones who sell these dollars on the street are those who control the system. And I understand that no government wants to take the hard look at it because it will be because that will be a political suicide. But if you can't do that, then there is no need for you to be at the helm of affairs. That so-called black market should be shut down. But we might ask ourselves, why does that market exist? That market exists for a purpose. People patronize that market because of the inability of CBN and the commercial bank to provide them with the needed foreign currencies that they need. Because ordinarily, nobody will want to go to the black market at a higher rate to buy foreign currency when the commercial bank can give you what you need. So if we have to shut that market down, we have to make sure that we can provide the citizen the needed foreign currency that they need. Let's not just go ahead and shut them down because it's going to put crisis in the system. We have to set the environment for it before we shut them down. Nigerians, we know the truth, but we don't want to do it. No matter how much dollar we try to pump into the system, the Nigerian economy will consume it and wait for more. And with the problem going on, a lot of Nigerians abroad are not willing to bring in their naira, their dollar into the system because they're all scared. We need to fix some of these things if we want to get ourselves out of the problem. It is not all about trying to put control, trying to put higher tariff. We can't be putting higher import duties when our nation is 90% or more dependent on importation. There will be a run on the economy because no matter how much import duty we impose, people will still eat and they will still buy it. So we are suffering the masses the more. So I beg you, Nigeria, the leadership need to sit up and put things right. Let's forget the social media propaganda. We can do this if we are willing and we have the right mind to do it. If you are a leader, what would you do to tackle some of these problems?